The girl had just fallen asleep when her blanket was suddenly yanked away. As she looked around in confusion, a hand shot out from behind and forcefully pinned her down on the bed. Her father stood there, staring at her with a disturbing expression, his gaze shifting to her lower body. Thankfully, he didn't go any further and slowly left the room. Amy lay trembling in bed, terrified and unable to understand why her usually kind and caring father had become like this. But bizarrely, the next day he was back to normal, cheerfully joking around with her. Watching her father act as if nothing had happened, Amy stormed out of the house in anger. But today, even her typically gentle mother was acting strange. She brought food to the table and began wolfing it down like a maniac. When her son simply complained that the food didn't taste good, she went berserk, shoving all the dishes onto the floor and screaming at him. It was deeply unsettling. Yet when father came home from work that evening, his wife acted as if nothing had happened, casually watching TV. When he asked why she'd lost her temper that morning, she claimed she'd left early for work and hadn't had time to make them breakfast. Father stared at his wife in disbelief. Things were getting stranger by the minute. Meanwhile, the older sister was showering when she sensed someone at the door. After wiping the glass clean, she saw it was Amy, but something was off about her. She had a peculiar expression and asked her sister to go somewhere with her later. However, when the sister got dressed and went to find Amy, Amy insisted she'd been in her room the whole time and hadn't gone anywhere. She then told her sister about their father coming to her room the night before. Just as she finished speaking, their father burst through the door. Without a word, he grabbed a utility knife and slowly advanced toward them. The two girls froze in terror. At the last second, the older sister shoved their father hard, grabbed Amy, and ran. But as soon as they got outside, their father somehow appeared in front of them again. Before they could react, he seized the older sister and threw her down the stairs. She hit the ground hard and lost consciousness. Witnessing this horrifying scene, Amy fled in panic. Hiding in the kitchen with her hand over her mouth, she watched as her father entered and began searching for her. Just as he was about to find her, the older sister regained consciousness and called out, drawing him back upstairs. In desperation, Amy grabbed a frying pan and struck her father in the face, but it had no effect. The next second, he swung a hammer at her with brutal force. Amy barely dodged the deadly blow. Just then, another father's voice came from downstairs. Seeing this, the father in front of her turned and entered the room behind him. This movie is called The Imposter.